All right, this is crazy, but this has been fixed before. So if you look, kind of look down, see what I'm looking at here. Now, you see how this rib is broken here. Look when I flex it. You see that? See that break right there? So what that's allowing the door to do is, the panel to do is to curve away from the door frame. So we've got a break here. We've got another one there. And this one looks like it is still intact there. But look at these breaks here. See that? Those cracks right there. That is preventing this from holding a nice tight pull against, and then the next one's got the same thing going on here. And then if you look here, somebody tried to fix it. So here we've got it, somebody else's approach, which is some wires. See that? You pulled the wire tight. They didn't do anything there, but look at the next one down. They got a wire nice and tight. All right, I've decided I'm going to do something different. So the way I look at this panel has been repaired before, number one. Number two, the method of making repairs here is very time consuming and difficult, okay? And it involves a whole bunch of pulling vinyl ties, drilling holes and pulling vinyl ties tight to increase the curvature on this thing and to pull it down tight. Okay, now, my opinion is there's a much better way to do this. I'm going to take you over to the passenger side where I have not removed the panel yet, but the panel's got the same problem. So if you look here, the panel's loose, right? Okay, now, if I squeeze this up just from this one point here, it corrects the problem along the entire length of the panel, because the panel is not deficient as you get towards the front, it's just deficient in the back, okay? Now, well, let me show you something else that's deficient on my front passenger side panel. The other place I have a problem is here at the front of the panel. It is pulling away, okay? Here it's black. Back here, it is called light beige from the factory, but it's basically, I guess at this point, it's like a saddle tone, okay? Now, let's go back to the other side. I have run this, I've run the window up, and I've run it up and down a couple of times. And what I basically discovered is that this area here, there is no moving parts that are in any way going to conflict with the movement of the window up and down. Same thing on the front of the door here, which is where the black part is loose on the other side. So we'll go back now to the passenger side. Now, I have my accurate metal ruler here, and if I measure the gap from the metal of the door to the edge of the material, and I push the material in, okay, it is about a ½ inch. It's about a ½ inch from the outside of the material to encounter the metal of the door, which means a 1-inch screw will work here. If I come over here to the back, it's the opposite. It's about 2 inches. I can't do it with one hand while I'm videotaping. I mean, I can try, but you can see here, if I push this panel all the way in, it's about 2 inches thick. It's a little bit less. It's like 1 3/4. So what that tells me is that a 1-inch screw properly placed right here, a 2-inch screw properly placed here, and a 1-inch screw here, but actually I'm going to do 2 here to keep this nice and square. But a 2-inch single screw right here will pull this whole panel right up where I need it, and it'll be perfect, and I don't have to worry about anything else. Now, I thought about getting black anodized screws with what they call a flush mount washer, which is kind of a concave washer so it would sink in. And I thought anodized black would be pretty cool. But then I discovered how I really want to do this. And there's a thing called snap caps. I'll put a picture of it in here. Snap caps, you've seen them before, but they're like a plastic cover to hide a screw. You can get them in all kinds of colors. So I'm going to get black. So I'm going to put 2 screws here with a black snap cap. You won't even see it. It'll blend right into the black. This one will be a tiny bit trickier to match the color, but I've already ordered it, and I got something called medium saddle, which hopefully will match. And I can tell you something right now. The color of my door panels is being misrepresented even on this iPhone and on the video that you're looking to look at. You can't even, the screen is not properly reproducing the color. It's actually much more saddle than it appears on your screen right now. But the point is, I've ordered some caps. There's a few different colors to choose from. I got the closest one. In my opinion, this being my car, one nicely placed screw right here with a nice little plastic cap so that you're not just looking right at the screw is, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it so it's perfectly placed on both sides of the car, identical location, and I think it'll be fine. That's going to be my approach to this problem, and it's going to get rid of this gap completely. Basically, this is the type of screw that I was going to do as an alternative. And you see it's got the washer on it already. That is called a flush mount washer. This is what the Corvette uses right now to hold the trim on, in particular where the carpeting is, because this screw head can disappear under the carpet and not really be noticed, okay? Now, if that's a cleaner installation, to have a brand new black screw like that up on my panel, well, I can go back to it. If I'm not happy with the snap cap approach, if I think it looks gaudy, I can go to this. It'll still work. I mean, I could just take off the snap cap and go back with these. I'm going to drill a very small pilot hole, and so I'll be able to change course if for some reason I don't like what the snap cap looks like on there afterwards. Either way, either, you know, two screws like this on the top panel, or the snap cap approach, I think is going to be satisfactory compared to the alternative of putting all that effort into the other fix and maybe not having it work entirely the way I want it to, or to break again. Because as you can see, somebody's already tried to fix my door panel and it didn't work. So anyhow, that's where we're at. And one other thing you might want to do, I've ordered them, these plastic screw holders that are on the door. Okay, I had two of them right here where the handle is. They just fell to pieces, so I ordered them. You can get them on eBay, and I have them coming, so it's just a good time to try to replace things like this. And let me just show you real quick what this is what happened to mine the moment I touched them. Just fell in two, you see. So these little plastic things, I got a box of like 50 of them, I think.